NNRG.
So the game for today is The Dark Tower, and I'm not sure what to expect with this one, so let's just get right into it. Start it up here. It is a disk file. So, I looked into this, and there's like a modern game called The Dark Tower, but I don't think it has anything to do with this one. And apparently there's also another game called The Dark Tower released around this time, but it was not for the Commodore 64, so shouldn't have anything to do with this one. This one's saying copyright 84 Robert Henderson. And of course we got another Remember intro. We see this one quite frequently. Okay, so let's just get into it here. So hit spacebar, and are we gonna get docs this time? We get docs this time. Scenario. The Guardian of Dark Tower has turned you, Prince Harry, into a mutant and has trapped you in a series of chambers in his tower. Your only means of being restored to your former self is to overcome his defense system. Collect all the precious jewels and deliver them to him. Once this is completed, you will be granted access to the final chamber where the secret of the tower will be revealed to you, bringing great wealth. This almost sounds like a bad Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles story. Oh, that's interesting here. It says at the end of each screen, a secret letter is revealed. Once all 26 screens have been completed, these letters must be used to solve the final puzzle. Interesting. My guess is that the game isn't going to actually track those letters for you, that you would have to write them down, especially given the age of the game. Maybe it tracks them. The thing is, I don't think we're going to go through all 26 screens, so I'm not too concerned about that. Although that's weird. It says here that to start the game, you have to push up on the joystick. Not exactly a control I would consider to be the start button equivalent, but you also have controls here for continue, reset, pause, and turning the main tune on and off. So this might be another one of those games where you get music or sound, but not both. But yeah, not much else in these docs, so let's just get into it. There was a +6, that means there's going to be trainers. Although if we put it on high score mode, then we won't have to deal with trainers. Because that's the thing I've noticed here. Oh, we already got a title. The Dark Tower. Is that our character morphed into a mutant? Like, is that us? The green thing at the side? Okay. But yeah, as I was trying to say, as I've noticed from playing all these Commodore 64 games, and has been explained to me in the comments, you generally don't mix the high score savers and the trainers, because there's sort of this idea that if you're using trainers, you don't really care about the high score, and if you care about your high score, then you're playing legitimately, so you're not going to be worrying about the trainers. So that's why the two are generally mutually exclusive. Also, I'm seeing here that it says to push H for instructions. Okay, so gather all the jewels, gain access to the final chamber, discover the riddle of the tower, use a secret letter for each room to solve the riddle. And then basic controls again. And thanks to Dave Dunn for the tune. Okay, so right, we push up to start. Okay. Okay, so that cyan blob at the top near the ladder is me. I can move left and right. Fire is the jump button, and up and down don't seem to do anything unless I'm on the ladder. Okay, so what am I supposed to do in this room? Maybe I have to collect something? Like, what are those red things on the side? Let's see if I can actually get over to one of those. Okay, so the red things can be collected. What about that purple thing? Is that purple thing going to be death? Yep, the purple thing is very much death. Okay, so this does seem to be a game primarily about timing. Oh, that's kind of weird. Your jump arc ultimately comes to an end. You don't just keep moving to the side in the air. That's kind of weird. But let's see if we can time this correctly. Nope, still... The timing is very weird, but... I mean, I'm sort of getting used to it here. Or not. Jeez, I've already burned through almost all my lives in this room. And this is just the first room here. Well, let's keep trying. Let's jump over the enemy. Okay, I somehow survived that. Oh, but I jumped into him from below. Okay, let's try that again. So, whoop, I definitely jumped too early. Oh, there is fall damage. Oh boy, so among all the other things to worry about, you can't fall from too great a height, or you die. Okay, and now I just have to make sure that I don't get hit by... Okay, so let's avoid the purple thing. That's not called avoiding the purple thing, that's called getting hit by the purple thing. Actually, here's kind of an important question. How do I get back up once I jump down there? Because look at my jump height. I only jump like a little over 1 block tall. So, how do I even get everything in this room? Because, like, I mean, look, if you look at the 2 red things on the right, you can't grab one of them unless you fall down. But once you fall down, you can't get the one on the left. But if you go for the one on the left, then you can get the one that's at the bottom on the right, but you can't get the one that's at the top on the right. What? Okay, you know what? Screw this room. I'm just going up the ladder. So we got another room here. This one seems like it might be a little more doable. Let's see. So I should be able to jump high enough to grab that red thing. And then I'm guessing this little thing going up here is like a rope or something. How do I grab it? Oh, wait, I figured it out. Okay, so... Oh. Okay, I figured it out, but... So the way it works is you have to jump into it while holding the fire button down. And there you go. Although... Yeah, that's weird. So... Oh no, you don't hold the fire button down. You just have to jump into it while moving to the side. And then we'll jump up at the top there. And hopefully I can survive this fall? No, I can't. Take 3. Let's back up to this room here. So let's go for the red thing in the middle here, and then we'll go for the one on the side, and that's the only 2 in this room. So hopefully that'll mean we'll be able to get the letter for the room. I'm not seeing a letter. Maybe we gotta leave the room first, and then it will give us the letter? Nope. But it's saying the secret letter is... Oh! Okay, well I know one of the secret letters now. Yeah, I can't jump up there. So I'm gonna have to take these ladders up to sort of get up to these higher points here. Which, I mean, that's not that big a deal here. These particular enemies don't seem like they're gonna be that big of a challenge to get to dodge. What happens if I just drop? Okay, that was bizarre. When I was falling, I wasn't able to land, like I fell straight down, and I wasn't able to land on the platform to the right. But when I turned around, even though I was still falling straight down, I was able to land on the platform to the left. That's kind of curious, but good to know in terms of how these controls are working. Okay, so we got to another room. And we're finding out the secret letter is R. But, like, I mean, here's the thing. We're getting these letters. There's going to be 26 in total. What if you got, like, every letter of the alphabet? Like, what would you do with that? My guess is that there are going to be some repeats and that all 26 letters together are going to form a phrase of some sort. Let's make another try to... Okay, you can actually... Interesting, so you can fall straight down and get onto a platform immediately to the side. You just have to be holding in that direction. Okay, so I'm going to try to grab this rope, and then we'll grab the one that's going down, take it all the way down so that we can grab this. And then we'll go back to the side, go back up these platforms here, make our way to the right, and see if we can get that last red icon at the side there. Oh wait, I've got to time that better because that did not go well. And And I'm also noticing that when you die, all of the red things come back. So that's kind of annoying. Okay, let's try for this thing again. So we'll go up, then we'll go down, we'll go most of the way down. No, that doesn't do it. Huh. Maybe the timing is incredibly tight on that. So maybe I gotta wait till the very bottom of the yellow rope to be able to do that jump appropriately. Okay, last attempt on this one. So I'll ride this down as far as we can. Ah, I didn't time it right for the enemy. That would have made it. Okay, so at least I know that I had the right idea there. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at this room, I think I understand how to get those red things. Like all three of them. The timing is not going to be pleasant though. And I already screwed it up. Oh boy. Okay, so what I want to do is get the timing right for getting over here. Jump straight up. Then we'll jump over the enemy and jump back up here. And then we'll try to make this jump down here. And I somehow missed that jump? Maybe I had to be like even closer to the edge. And then this one's gonna take some really tight maneuvering. We got it. Jump over the enemy, fall down. And now we gotta get past this purple This is weird that this is an incredibly difficult room compared to some of the other ones we've seen, and yet this is the starting room. That's very weird that they would make the starting room one of the hardest rooms in the game. Okay, so I'm back to the point where I can try to make the jump with this purple thing in the way, and I jumped too soon. Oh geez, this room is really tricky. Okay. Got the two of the red things so far. Let's try again for this last one. Did not jump too soon. Managed to get it this time. So now we have to get up here. Now the yellow thing, yeah, the yellow robot there doesn't go all the way to the side. So I have to take advantage of the timing between these two. Oh geez, how am I supposed to time this? So the timing between these two robots, because remember, I jump slightly higher than one full block size, which means I will hit the enemy above if I don't time this perfectly. But I'm trying to see where the opening is. Like, I kind of see where the opening is, but I can't make that jump. Or maybe I can. Let's go. Yeah, it does work. Barely, but it does work. And I got all three of them, which means I can finally... Okay, so I'm looking over this screen here, trying to figure out what exactly happened there, and I think I have an explanation. So even though it looks like the blocks are like 2 tiles big, it doesn't seem like that's how the game's actually designed, because you can see spots where it's just a single tile of difference. So with that in mind, given the 8x8 pixel size of the Commodore 64 tiles, you could survive a 4-tile fall just fine, but you can't survive a 5-tile fall, and this is not in counting the jumps, because if you jump, then it doesn't start counting your fall distance until after you do the full ascent and descent of the normal jump arc. So if you jump, you're basically getting like two and a bit more fall distance before you die. It's weird. Okay, so gotta get past the purple thing again, which again, the timing is stupidly tight there. And then for this particular enemy here, you gotta time that one right as well. Whoops, I didn't time that jump right. Okay, so we're going for the last one here. You gotta time the jump there carefully. And then we get back over. But now, we have to jump to where the purple thing is again and fall down like that. And now, we can actually get out of this room. Wow, that is an incredibly difficult room to start with. Well, at least we got our secret letter N, but now we've got to jump on ropes? Oh, I don't think I'm gonna like this. Wow. Okay, so the timing here is incredibly precise. Okay. I thought we had seen the hardest room in the game, but no, it's actually the next room going to the right that's the hardest room. Whereas instead, we could just go, I don't know, up, and then we have a room that's this easy. Okay, well, if I keep going up the ladder, I eventually get to this room here. And this room looks interesting. I mean, I could make the jump up. Well, no, I can't actually. So it looks like the first thing I have to do is get past... Well, okay, that didn't work. Oh, geez, how are you supposed to... If you get anywhere near that spike, it just kills you. What? What if we just touch the edge? So that's going to take some... And then immediately jump. Okay, but now what? If I jump like that, I die. Or, you know what? I think I know what the game wants me to do. And I don't like it. So, okay. So we jump like that, jump from the edge, we get close, jump like that. Holy jeez. This game really... there I go. This game really wants you to make some precision jumps. I mean, like, super precise jumps. Okay, let's see if we can get onto this rope. What? I didn't grab it. To grab the vertical ropes, all you do is you hold into them. I was doing that and I didn't grab the swinging rope. So, what? Are there different rules for grabbing different ropes depending on if it's swinging or not? I mean, look at this. For these ropes that are constantly going up, all you do is jump and hold to the direction and you grab them. It works every time. Yet, when we get back up to this screen at the top here, and we manage to get back up to where that rope is, hopefully. Okay, that's not gonna do it. Okay, it took several lives to get back up here, because, again, you gotta be, like, pixel accurate. No, I can't grab that! Why won't it let me grab that? Oh boy. Okay, so, you know what? Screw this room. I don't like this room. I know that's not conducive to beating the game, but I don't plan to beat the game here, so let's just see what else the game has to offer us here. And I already don't like the look of this room. Okay, so if we grab... It didn't grab the thing. Okay, trying this room again. So I'm guessing I probably need to get a little closer to be able to... No? Why can't I grab that? Okay. So I guess maybe you can't do this room from this side? Like, that's what I'm reading here, because it doesn't seem like it's possible to do anything else in this room. Unless maybe I can jump... I'm like thinking that the ramps are just gonna make me slide, but maybe they won't. Okay, I can just jump straight through that ramp as if it's not even there. Okay, interesting. And also bizarre. What? If I jump at a ramp like that, it doesn't do anything. But if I go at it from above, then all of a sudden, it moves me automatically. I'm trying to take a moment to process what's going on here, because it's like the rules of the mechanics of this game are dependent on what? Something? Like, what if I try to jump at this and then hold the... No, because you can't change direction midair. Like, where have you ever seen a game where a ramp is solid if you're moving with the ramp in a downwards direction, but not solid if you're moving against the ramp in the opposite direction? Like, or not to mention, I'm capable of reaching this rope, and yet I can't grab it. Okay, whatever. At least I know what's going on now, so let's see if we can actually dodge this. Well, I did, but didn't really do that properly, so back to the first screen, which is really dumb. Actually, you know what? Let's see what's beyond in these side screens here. So this room, well, it only has the one thing in it. So like, I mean, if we just jump like this, and then time a jump into here, like, is this all we have to do to actually clear this room? I mean, I'm not seeing anything else in here. Can I actually go back? Nope. Okay, so I can't go back the other way, but... Well, I mean, if I go through like this to grab the item here, then I can just time my jump so that I'm going underneath the enemy instead of over top. And then that should work, probably. Just wait for the right moment. And yeah, like, that'll survive the room. The only trick by doing it that way is that now that I'm up here, I can't go back down, because it's too big of a fall. So, also, I can't make it across there either, because I just slammed my head into the ceiling. What the heck? You know what? I think I've seen enough by this point. That's the Dark Tower. First of all, the game controls perfectly fine. Like, the controls are responsive, they do what you want them to do, and even though the jumping mechanics are a little weird, like, it's not unconscionable. Unlike the level design. The level design in here is just bizarre. It's a mix of really easy and really hard, all together into one experience. And it's totally inconsistent. Like, the starting room is one of the hardest, and yet the two rooms immediately up from that are some of the easiest. So, I'm not quite sure what the developers were going for here in terms of just the overall feel of the game. I don't know. Well, let's put it this way. This game is not something anybody's going to beat on their first try, or their second try, or their 10th try, or their 100th try. Like, this is a game where you're going to have to get the mechanics down super precisely to have even a chance of survival, especially given how limited your lives are. I mean, sure, you've got the trainers, but that's from the hacking group. The game itself, bought from a store, is not going to have that. So, yeah, the Dark Tower has one of the most wildly inconsistent difficulty curves I've ever seen, but otherwise plays okay. This is a very strange case.